Hi! It's Sunday evening at 8 something or so? I don't know the clock. 9 something or so? 9:22, and we're driving back from Pasadena. I have Martina in the car. You can wave, kind of. And Corey's in the back.
Woo!
Hashtag sup Corey. And we're coming back from ScareLA. But before we talk about this in the dark, which is appropriate for ScareLA, let's listen to this sweet new theme song from Roscoe Soul Train. Here we go. It's gonna play in a second, I promise.
Oh, yes.
That's the first time they heard that. It's pretty sweet.
That's awesome.
Isn't that great?
It's pretty great.
I'm gonna
He's
sing along
the
to it.
best.
Roscoe is the best.
He
I
is
love him
the
so
best.
much. So we just spent the weekend at ScareLA at the Pasadena. It's not called. I think it's like the conference center or something.
Their version of convention.
Their version of convention center. So I went last year and I had a lot of fun. But this year I feel was significantly better. This was Martina's first time. This was Corey's first time. But the three of us collectively represent 3 different level of haunts, as Corey said before.
Every time you put your hand up, you cover me. So.
I'm sorry. This is Corey. Corey is the novice, not really doing these things. Martina is slowly tiptoeing her way into the haunt world and extreme haunts, and I will do anything but McCamey Manor. But what did you guys think about ScareLA overall?
It was fun.
It was awesome.
You gotta talk louder, dear.
It was fun. It was exhausting, but it was fun.
Why was it exhausting?
Because it was 2 days that were non-stop. And it was just very hard on your body.
True. It was like, was it worse than going to Disneyland for a full day, or about the same?
About the same.
Okay.
Yeah, I got like the same feeling at the end of the day where I was just...
Your body just hurts?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess we should have explained what ScareLA was to begin with. It's like it's the start of the haunt season, essentially, for us in Southern California, where they have all like the major haunts, like they have panels with all their like major announcements for the year, and they have like mini haunts set up, different experiences, and they have classes to learn how to do haunt stuff. There's movie screenings at all. Also, I mean, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. They have, vendors on the show floor. This year, we did a lot of coverage for horrorbuzz.com. A lot of covering of the panels, and our whole team was there doing stuff.
Costume contest?
Yeah, we had a costume contest at the Bloody Ballroom Saturday night, the big party that they held, which was a lot of fun, actually. It was not lame like we thought it was going to be. It was, yeah.
A lot of people showed up. It was fun.
Yeah, a lot of really awesome costumes. I guess we should talk about Alone a little bit. So, I talked about Alone before when we did Index of Diffusion, the first one. This is the second version in their story, Index of Refraction.
Yeah.
And we actually did it twice. We were the first showing on Saturday, and then one of the last showings today on Sunday.
I didn't do it twice.
No, I meant like this weekend. Oh yeah, you didn't do it twice.
Corey didn't do it twice.
I did it once.
What were your feelings on Alone, Corey, as someone who has never done something like that before?
Well, okay, so I have never done anything like even remotely like that. I'm used to like the campy like corn mazes, and those are great. But this is like a whole other experience. I was definitely put out of my comfort zone 100%. I was really nervous. Like Jeff, the entire time we were waiting, was pointing out how nervous I was, which made me feel worse.
That was the plan.
Thanks a lot.
That's what friends are for.
So, and then when we went in, it was just like the whole experience was very bizarre. We talked about this before, but I feel like I got to express an emotion that I never get to express, which is like just fear. Like I felt afraid, and in a way that I never ever feel. So by the end of it, after going through it and having all these crazy thoughts and being put in this situation, when I came out of it, I felt really, really calm after. But it took me, I feel like I'm still processing, but it took me a good like 6 hours before I was like, okay, like I understand what happened to me.
Okay, I liked it.
Yeah, that's when I knew that I didn't hate it. Because while I was doing it, the whole time in my head, I'm like, I hate this. I don't know if I like this. But then once I got out, and I was much braver than I thought I would be. Didn't scream, didn't freak out. I was very, very calm and handled myself well.
part of that also because you don't get to do things like that often, to like put in these situations you're not put into in like everyday life?
Oh yeah, I mean it's like you don't ever experience that, and you're safe while you're doing it. And that's like the best part. I mean, it's definitely a lot of like anticipation and a lot of like, it's like the fear of like not knowing what's gonna happen to you. But like, especially for me as someone who really is kind of like, I like to be in control a lot. It was really interesting to not be in control and to really just stand there, and they got to do whatever they wanted to do, and I couldn't do anything about it. And I liked it.
Martina, darling.
I enjoy it. I don't know exactly why I enjoy it, but I enjoy it. It does, there is a sense of calm after, and it's interesting that there's this kind of haze over you for that period. And I think it's just being the anticipation of it, then going through and going, okay, that happened, and all right, this is what, like, and then trying to figure out, like, okay, this is what these things meant. This is what they were trying to express.
A lot of symbolism, yes.
Absolutely insane. And also, like, I mean, you can't even forget how, like, it is, like, totally an art, and it's beautiful, and it's something that just you don't ever actually experience in anything else. And it's just, it was very special, and I really, really enjoyed it. But I didn't go in the second time because they went back and redid it.
Well, we did it again because we spoke to the guys who created Alone, Devin and Lawrence, earlier today, and they wanted to get our feedback on it because I've been a huge supporter of Alone for over a year now, since last year at ScareLA, and I've done all their events since then, but one, and they wanted to hear some feedback, and they basically said to us, stop going to the first show where all the problems have to be worked out, because it just gets better as the time goes on. So like they gave us the passes again to go back into it, right then again to experience it, and it was almost like a completely different show the second time around.
I got a different show.
Yeah, the things that Martina went through the first time did not happen at all the second time. Whereas, it was similar for me, but much more polished, and it was more visceral and more intense. And I don't want to go into specifics. I'm trying to make it very, very vague, but.
When you do something twice like that, you kind of expect the anticipation factor not to be there because in theory, it's coming.
Yeah.
But having had a different experience, I think, made that anticipation level grow and grow and grow, because I didn't know I was getting a different experience until the very end.
Yeah, it's like you walked into it thinking you knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, that second time around.
But at the same time, I was in a different location the first portion of it. I wasn't in the same location. So that kind of did something. And then they worked out their kinks. And by working out those kinks, it ups that anticipation again, where you're just like, oh, this is different. And by being able to fully pay attention to everything that was happening because you weren't freaking out that first time,
Were you freaking out the first time?
I wasn't freaking out. I was just kind of like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen.
What's going to happen next?
Yeah.
I was kind of freaking out.
Well, I know you were freaking out. You were totally freaking out.
I was not freaking out like I was.
I thought I was hiding it well. I thought I was like,
no, Corey.
Calm.
No, you did not look calm at all.
No, you looked like you were petrified.
You looked like you were about to have a panic attack, which is why I kept saying to you, you are so nervous right now, but you're going to love this.
Jeff did that to me the first one.
I didn't realize that I looked so
No, you
looked I thought I was
terrified.
Like, hiding it very well.
Also, Jeff, by doing that, makes you feel worse.
Well, then I started feeling like very like self-conscious.
Anxious?
And I was like, okay, well,
But in some ways, I'm just trying to build that up, so once you get into it, you realize, oh, this isn't as bad as I think it's going to be, and it kind of calms you down a little bit. Also, because I'm a jerk.
Yeah, that's pretty much probably.
That's basically the main reason I do it.
The last event they did was the first one that I had done, and I was good. And he kept going, "You're nervous. You're nervous." And I was
because
like, "No,
you were nervous."
I was good until we got into that room, and we started
She's talking about the Alone event that happened a month ago, not the one at ScareLA.
No, and we did we were in the first room and things started happening. And then I was okay for about 2 minutes, and then it started really kind of sinking in. Like, I have no idea what is happening next. And I don't know how I'm going to react to this, because I've never done anything like this. So that's when I was like, okay, now I'm nervous. This one I did not get that. This one I was just like, okay, let's find, like, let's see what happens.
You guys were so ridiculously, like, calm and cool about it. I think that did make me feel...
Did that make you feel worse?
Way more nervous, because I was just like, okay, like, these guys are, like, on another level than I am, and I'm just standing here, like, completely freaking out, and I just was like, oh, this is, like, so bad. Honestly, though, once I got in the room, once we went in, I wasn't as nervous. I was just, like, ready. Like, I felt ready. I think waiting in line for so long
makes it worse.
Made me, like, I was, like, seriously, like, okay, this just needs to happen for me, because, like, I can't wait anymore.
I don't think I get that nervous anymore, only because, like, I've done so many of these things that I kind of know what to expect. And, like, I always tell Martina, I do this because I want to learn boundaries for myself and more about myself. And now, like, you're starting to understand that. You totally get that now, Corey.
Oh, I honestly loved that. I loved feeling that. I was so incredibly proud of myself when I got out of there, because I was like, the way I handled it, and, like, knowing what I could handle.
And you didn't have to force that reaction to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you just did it. And
it
you're
was
like,
I
didn't know that that's how I would react.
Being put in a position like that, I realized how it makes me feel, and how, like, I was reacting to it, and I just was very, like, I mean,
surprised?
I made it through number one, which I thought was, like, shocking. I didn't think I was gonna I mean, I was just afraid that I was gonna come out, like, teary-eyed, or, like, I was gonna feel really, really just
violated.
Awful. And I didn't. I felt awesome when I came out. I felt, like, very proud and very, like...
Good, as you should feel like that.
Yeah.
Aside from Alone, what were your favorite parts of the ScareLA weekend?
Urban Death was fantastic. It was beautiful.
Wow.
The Urban Death hit me on a more emotional level than Alone did, by far.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting.
Absolutely. There were so many times in that I laughed. There were so many times in that where it just kind of punched me in the stomach.
Yeah.
There were so many times in that I thought, this is absolutely gorgeous. Urban Death is a weird thing. Like, it is just weird.
It's another performance art thing, but it's like vignettes that have, like, vignettes that can last anywhere from 2 seconds to
10.
You know, nothing is really ever more than a minute and a half in Urban Death.
I don't even think they're that long.
Some of them were. But it's, you know, a very interesting show, and very interesting things happen. And you know, it makes you feel things. You're not involved in it like Alone, but you're watching it, but it's so up close and personal to you that, you know, it makes you feel these, and they're short, but it's amazing that it can make you feel a certain way in such a short span of time.
And also, the music was really beautiful.
The music was fantastic.
I think they use a lot of imagery, and they use a lot of scenarios that are very, very grounded and down to earth, while at the same time they're not.
Yeah.
But because they have that element that is so real, it hits you.
Mm-hmm.
It hits you, and you get it. Like, you get that emotion.
Yeah.
And I was really surprised, because at first, like, the first few of them, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Well, that's how it was when I saw it last year at ScareLA. I was like, I'm not entirely sure how to handle this show, but I think it was, you know, so extremely well done. Especially now, like, the short version that they did for this show was
beautiful.
Great.
Yeah, it was.
How about the walkthroughs on the floor?
I liked a lot of them.
I really liked a lot of them as well.
Yeah.
I didn't go through the one, but all of the other ones I enjoyed, different levels, obviously, but I liked them all. They were good.
They were fun.
They had, what, 5 mini haunts set up on the floor, which were all fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, for the most part.
The sets were beautiful.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
the sets
were awesome.
are incredible. These people are doing these in their homes.
Yeah, I mean, the ones that they had set up are not, quote unquote professional per se, where they have a lot of money. They're people that do it in their own backyards during the Halloween season, except for like one of them.
Yeah.
They're all home haunts, and they are absolutely incredible.
2 of them.
Sorry, I'm distracted by the Disneyland fireworks off in the distance.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, those are Disneyland right now.
Gosh.
That's how close we are, kind of.
Beautiful.
But since we're already like way longer than this is the longest one ever, what highlight of the weekend? Let's do that. Highlight of the weekend.
For me, it was meeting all the awesome people that I met and feeling like I found a whole new, like, deeper love for horror and stuff like that, and seeing like beyond just like being scared, but seeing like the beauty of it.
Boom.
The theatrics.
Boom.
Of it.
That's always what we try to tell people about, and nobody ever like believes it until it happens.
You have to experience it, I think, because
Yeah.
I always liked horror, but being put in those situations and seeing people who are so passionate about it,
It's different.
it's so eye-opening, and now I just feel like I have this whole new thing, and like I'm so glad that I came.
Boom. Martina.
I don't know. I really liked a lot of stuff. I can't even tell you how much I liked Urban Death. Like, I really want to go see that show.
The real, like the actual,
Actual
full-blown
show,
version.
because
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that it hit so hard on, like, in so many different ways, that I was just sitting there just in awe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but I was kind of surprised that it did that for me. But I am happy it did.
Yeah.
I really like that a lot. Alone's always fun. And I really just like hanging out with these people. Like, it's like having another family.
Yeah.
It is a family.
I'm going to ape that answer that you both said, that it's, you know, these people that we have met through doing these experiences, and we've become close and like really good friends, and being able to spend, you know, these extended periods of time with them throughout the entire weekend. And, you know, even though the convention ended at 5, 6 o'clock, we still, you know, it's after 9 now. We're just coming home because we had a nice long dinner with these
And like
people
got
that we
to like
love.
actually hash everything out and talk about our
Yeah, have like
experiences
a good conversation
We
about
had
how
a-
these things make us feel
We
and
had
like what
an
we get out of it.
awesome, like,
Yeah.
real conversation.
That was
Yeah.
great. Hearing everyone's perspectives, again, just like
It was
when
a
I walked
round
out
table
there,
of-
I just was like, wow, like I feel so much more passionate about what just happened, because seeing everyone's reactions, it was awesome.
And it helps you be
Hashtag
able to-
blessed.
Oh my God.
Hashtag blessed.
It helps you be able to comprehend more of what you're feeling. Like, that's my biggest thing, is being able to sit there at a round table just talking about everything with people. It helps you figure out what that thing is that's going there. I feel something. I know
For
there's
yourself?
something there, and I can't articulate it because I don't articulate feelings well. I don't.
I like hearing it, you know, doing it for myself, and also because these people that I love, hearing what they
Get out of it.
take away from it
Yeah.
themselves, and just knowing more about all these people as a person, you know, on another personal level that most people do not
It is
get.
such a personal thing.
Yes, everybody takes away something different from it,
But,
and it's
but I
interesting
mean,
to hear what that
sitting
is.
at a table and talking about this with these people, who a lot of these people you don't know on that level until
Yeah.
you sit there at a table with them.
Yeah.
This is the first time I met Abel. I know Abel, like, I feel like I know Abel.
Yeah.
Because of the things that we all
Yeah.
experienced together.
I
this
this
weekend.
is my first
But-
time meeting everyone.
Yeah. And
And-
you feel like you know
And
that,
I
like,
feel
you
like
know
I
their
made,
core.
like, real friends, and like genuinely understand them.
Yes.
A lot better than
Because
I ever would have.
they are such personal things that you're talking about. And to sit there and talk about these things openly in this way, that I think is gorgeous.
Fear is like so rare. It's such a rare emotion. You don't feel it all the time.
No, you don't.
And it's
So
not just
breaking
fear.
it down. Yeah, and I mean it's everything. But like, you know, that's what the thing with horror. It's like it just brings something out that you're not necessarily used to feeling, and then
Yeah.
you sit down and you talk about it with all these people who are also getting stuff out of it, and you're pretty much breaking down things that like you would never really talk about or think about. So.
Well,
Yes.
and it's not, and it's that, and then you feel like this is what I felt, and here's why. And there's usually a backstory as to here's why.
Yeah.
This tapped into me at this level.
Because of this reason.
There's a part in Urban Death that has to deal with prayer candles and then death coming behind it. And that hit me on such a level that I'm sure Jeff didn't get, because I do have this really strong fascination with the Catholic Church, because both my parents grew up Catholic, and I've just always found certain things about the Catholic religion beautiful, gorgeous. I don't particularly prescribe to any sort of religion whatsoever,
Yeah.
but there's something about Catholicism and the symbolism of it that just hits me at my core. Whenever I walk into a Catholic church, I will always do the holy water and the cross, absolutely every time. and it's just the symbolism of these things. So that hit me at a different level, and that is why I sat there and looked at it and was just like, this is gorgeous.
And again, that lasted all of what, 30, 45 seconds
Yeah.
in the course of the show.
That's
Like,
how-
if
and
that,
the
it's
actors,
amazing.
Too. Like, I mean, the actors were insane and incredible, and just,
The woman with the chocolates.
Yeah.
That was another one that just absolutely, like, that, once you fully understand what you are looking at, punches you in the gut. It punches you in the gut and you feel such sorrow. And again, it lasts for 10 seconds. And
But it's
is
beautiful
amazing.
on top of that.
It
like,
is absolutely amazing that it can invoke this emotion so strong that you were just like, oh my God.
I think that's what a lot of people don't understand about horror in general. It's not just like, oh, Freddy Krueger is going to stab me with his knife fingers, or Michael Myers is going to stab me with a machete. Like, it's a very, very
level.
small thing about
that's skimming the
horror
surface.
genre in general.
Yeah,
like, you're missing out.
I definitely learned so much more about it than I ever had known. And like I said, I was a fan. I love horror movies and I love reading stuff that's scary and I love it and it's always been fascinating. But experiencing these things and meeting these people that are so passionate and seeing different forms of horror.
You're learning the different, like, the whole level of
The
it.
different subsections and fandoms, if you will,
Yeah.
of the horror genre.
I mean,
it's great.
The best panel, we only went to 2 panels,
We
but
went to 3.
I'm sorry, we went to 3 panels, but I absolutely adored the interactive panel. I
The
thought
last
that
one we
was
saw.
fantastic.
That was my favorite one out of all of them.
Every single thing that they said, I thought was just fantastic. I loved all 3 of them by the end of it. I went in there loving John, but
If you're curious what they said during the interactive panel, some point after this goes up, horrorbuzz.com, I'll have an article up about it.
Just read
It just-
everything.
Yeah,
on
like-
Horror
Yeah,
Buzz
really?
about-
Seriously, if you want to know more about the weekend, there's so many articles that are up
So
right
much.
now before the weekend
Yeah.
ended. We put up, and more that are coming
and
about
we're gonna
different
be,
things during the weekend on
we're
Horror
going to be
Buzz.
doing events, group of haunt events that will be, that is honestly the best way to go experience any of these haunt attractions during the haunt season,
Yes.
is with this group of people.
Oh, yeah.
Because
And we're
they're-
open,
they love
we're
it
a nice, friendly
so
group
much.
of people, so you should come hang with
Yeah,
us.
and I didn't know like anyone, so I definitely
And look,
immediately just
Corey
like,
felt at home.
taking it. So
There's so much love in that community.
There is, and it's strange.
it is. You wouldn't expect it.
No,
But
not at all.
it's there. All right,
Yeah.
we're over 20 minutes now. Let's end this bad boy. Again, check out horrorbuzz.com for like all the stuff that happened during the weekend. There's going to be tons of stuff. This is appropriate that the finale is going on at the fireworks right now as we're...
You can't see it,
and
though.
you can't see it, but we can, trust it. Maybe you can see it reflected in our
It's very
eyeballs.
beautiful too.
It is gorgeous.
I can flip the camera if
Don't
you want
forget... No, you don't flip the camera in the daily drive here.
Oh,
That never
sorry.
happens, please.
Please,
Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to put the subscribe button right here over Corey's face.
of course,
It's going to be perfect.
of course.
And thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Goodbye.